identify, are each of these either using relationships or are we using properties of operation? So specifically, are we using the distributive property in one of these? Or are we using the doubling in one of these? So let's start with 25 times 6. Is that distributive property or is that the double? You both know. We got some hand places. Helen, nice and loud.
I think it is doubling because if I know that 6 plus 6 is 12, then actually that is doubling.
So we could be thinking about using our doubling relationships here. If we know what 25 times 6 is once, then we can do that again, and will that then get us to our 25 times 12? Which in a way could be interpreted also as the distributive property, but really what you're thinking specifically is I'm going to break up a number, I'm going to half it, 2 groups, and then I'm going to put it back together. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so then what would 10 times 12 be? Ume? Oh, so that's what your answer is. But what would we call when we use 10 times 12? Are we using relationship or are we using properties of operations? So specifically doubling or the distributive property? Ooh, nice job getting that word. That's tricky. Let's say distributive property. This is where that comes in. Are you thinking about the distributive property there, Leslie, or are you thinking about using doubling? Whatever strategy you choose to solve this equation, you want to write down what you did as a mathematician. Did you use the distributive property? Did you use doubling? I have one person who's feeling comfortable with this. You have a question? Question. Yeah. What if you think it's both? Because in this situation, it was kind of both. Yeah? So she might say, I broke up the 12 into 5, 5, and 2 because I like to, yeah. Could we try to label it as both? But would she have to know which one was the doubling? Like, what are you doubling here? And then what is it that you just broke up the other number into? Can we just try it?
Yes.
Can we see how it goes?
Yes.
And sometimes it's through trying that we say, oh, I get this. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to label my strategy here. And sometimes you might try it and you say, yeah, it's still okay. But let's at least give it a shot. Is that okay? Miss Woodry's going to be listening for our vocabulary. Question.
What if you think it is not? What if you think it's that the strategy you use is not distributive property or doubling?
Okay. That is okay. Could you try to identify what that strategy might be?
Yes.
Okay. What is one option that they're giving us as an example? Ready? 25. Consider this person get time. We're going to solve it a second way, but have you used your vocabulary and what is precise vocabulary? Where? Oh, well, thank you. We make sure to start with that. Okay, yes, will you go share something on the floor? Okay. Well, are we done? You're done drawing the pictures, and that represents 25 times 12. Would you like to put 25 times 12?
Times 4 equals 12. So then I said 25 times 4 equals 100, and then I said 25 times 4 equals 100, 25 times 4 equals 100, and then that got me 2. That, and then I had 300, and then I just said 100 plus 100 is 200. 300 equals 300. And then I think this problem is doubling because I am doubling the factor by 4s. How could you break it? If and why couldn't you break it up into like easier numbers? Look, it's because I know 5 times 20 equals like 100, and then I just have an extra like 20, and that's like and that's 25, and I mean that's so like.
Some people are looking back down at their books to say, does this make sense to me? What did I think about? And is it working with what he's thinking? Oh, you forgot to add the word property. We can add that at the end, I promise. Thank you. I'm trying to be very precise. Cesar, would you like to call on somebody?
Do we?
He's all the way over here.
I wasn't going to say that because the answer I got was 300, not 420 or 180.
I think we have 180 twice. Is that right? Is it 120 twice, Cesar? What is your answer here?
120.
What's your answer here?
120.
So you did it twice?
With the 12, I make it into a 6. I get it.
What do you get?
That the distribution property is not, I'm supposed to break up to a 10, not into a 5 and a 5, because that's doubling.
Well, it's okay if you chose to do it like this, but I mean, are you done?
Because it's supposed to be 25 instead of 10. 10 on the board.
So I guess that's the confusion, Cesar. What has happened here is you chose to use the distributive property, but you've almost broken up. Do you remember what the original problem was? What?
25 times 12.
So you haven't accounted for all of that work. So we have 10 times 12 here, and we have 10 times 12 here, but how many 12s have we thought about altogether? Hands on your head if you know. If you thought about 10 times 12 once, and then you thought about another 10 times 12, how many 12s has he thought about altogether?
2.
Well, you have 2 equations. What do you think, Diana? So 10 times 12, how many 12s does he have? Yell it out.
10.
10 12s. Say 10 12s.
10,
And
12.
then he has another 10 times 12. So this 10 and this 10 is how many 12s so far?
20.
Are we done? Share with somebody next to you. How many more 12s is he supposed to be thinking about?
About 5.
Because you've been here.
10 and 10.
So what did he got? 5 more.
Yeah. I think
Okay, so I'll put my little pin right here. Can you pay attention to this one? Thumb up or thumb to this side? Yes, I agree with that, or I have some concerns because either there's a computation error, or I don't see that she used vocabulary. Missing a couple thumbs up front. somebody next to you, what are you thinking? Why? Ethan, super loud, buddy.
I think it is a thumb up because it is double because because 6 plus 6 is 12 and she got the correct answer of 300.
I agree with Ethan, and I would like to add on. She is using double as a 150. She's doubling 150 to make it 300. Do we?
I agree with Rafael and I want to add on. I know that 25 times 4 equals 100 and 25 times 2 equals 50, so that gets us to 150.
25 times 6. Okay. And last one, can you call Elizabeth?
I have a question. She didn't show how she got 150 from 25 times 6. Diana?
It's because Pamela already knows that 25 times 6 equals 150.
Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so Helen, what we're going to do now is go on to Cesar. Now, Cesar, you wrote yours on the board, so we're going to use that one, okay? Where is yours?